When did trash get so complicated? Because it is complicated. You don't just throw things out anymore. When I was a kid, there was one trash bag, and you threw everything in it. Cans, bottles, papers, wires, this and that. Now, I realize that that is neither efficient nor is it good for the environment, because certain things should not just be put into a landfill. Otherwise, we're going to have a new continent sometimes, and we darn near pretty much did. New York City, for instance, the United States, ships its garbage to less developed countries. I'm not going to say the word. And that's what they do. We send it to them, and we pay them to take our trash. That is a horrible, horrible thing. Now, at some point, maybe because I'm locked in the past, or I'm just not ready for this, but it just seems to be, it has gotten so complicated. Now, there's rules, and I don't understand them, because you get certain things you can recycle, certain things you can't recycle, certain things you have to compost, certain things are trash. So trash is not trash. Trash, there's subdivisions of trash. And New York City just started a composting process, and I make coffee in the morning. I got a coffee machine. The waste product is the coffee with the coffee grinds, as you see here. Now, this used to be trash, but not anymore. It's now compost, because this is an organic product, and this is paper, and it will compost. Now, here's the difference with composting. Danish girlfriend goes to a garden, and there are certain things they won't let into compost. So are we using compost or compost? There's sub-compost, and then there's premium compost. It's like olive oil. There's virgin olive oil, and there's refined olive oil. And there are people who won't have refined olive oil. So you can just understand that it's driving me nuts, because I don't know. What compounded is the Danish girlfriend took me to a recycling plant in Denmark, outside her father's hometown of Cebu, and I'll tell you something, it was wonderful. It was so neat, and it had 18, 20 stations. That's how they know how to do it. Not only do they know what they're doing, but they tell John Q. Public, citizen, where to go, and you just go around and you get the hang of it. I'm still trying to get a handle on this, because, like I said, here are my coffee grounds. That is not trash anymore. It is now compost. I didn't know that. Now, I bought this package of sauerkraut here. It's a plastic thing. I am going to have to wash this out with water, potable water that comes from upstate and is treated. The same thing with my yogurt. This is a very tough thing to clean, because the yogurt gets caked on, and it can take several minutes, and it takes hot water. Now, I'm wondering, the amount of energy to heat the water and to treat the water and to bring the water down, is it really worth using the water to make this thing clean, or should I just throw it out? Because I know that there's plastics and petroleum products that go into cleaning our water just so I can clean a plastic. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, I have a can of beer. I have to pour it out. This thing should definitely be recycled. I get it, because it's an aluminum. You melt it down, make a new can. Batteries are very toxic. I wouldn't want this in my front yard. I would not want to bury a bunch of batteries in my front yard, because they'll leach out. And I don't have a well in my front yard. Okay, I don't have a front yard, period. But if I had a front yard, and if I had a well, say I'm more of a pioneering person, I would not want to bury these things, because they leach into my groundwater, and it would cause a problem. But that's what we're doing. We're leaching it into our groundwater, so we need to be very careful with batteries. But even this plastic thing with my mushrooms. Now, the question is, why do they put mushrooms in this plastic thing? They should have them loose, and you can pick them up and save it. But it is very difficult. So, for example, this pizza box. And it's a cardboard box. And for me, it was like, oh, this is simple. I'll recycle this in the cardboard. But aha, there are food stains here. So they said if you have paper with food stains here, this become compost. But it's not a lot. So I'm not sure. What degree of food stains do you need before something becomes compost? In other words, When is cardboard no longer cardboard? It's like, when is a door not a door? When it's a jar. Get it? It's a jar. That is one of my mother's family's jokes, probably from my grandmother, who really made it clear that this is, a good thing to have this kind of sense of humor. So I am sitting here and I don't understand it. So I'm going like, New York City, you are a capital of garbage. You have produced so much trash over the last 100 years. You would have thought some enterprising person would have thought about this going forward. Now, New York City, you've got great intentions, but we need the purpose. We need to have more of a sense, a Danish sense of purpose on how to fix this. I'm frustrated. I'm sure this is just part of the learning curve, but I'd never expected that I would spend this much time thinking and talking about trash. It's gotten to the point where Danish girlfriend and I are afraid to eat certain items because we don't know what we're going to do with the refuge, whether it's food or plastic, or now we have more cardboard boxes again, and some cheese came into this. This doesn't look like it's so bad. So I'm going to call this cardboard. I'm going to call this cardboard. This one, I think I need a hotline to tell me, excuse me, can I take a picture and send it to you so you can tell me? I think it's very good to have this intentions. I just think if we're going to set out to do something, we should do it and come up with some kind of game plan, because we don't want trash to be anything more than trash, but we don't want to be throwing things into our world that could be dealt with in a more efficient and healthy fashion. So I've got trash on my mind. Hopefully in 6 months, we're going to be moving past this. So wish me luck. I think, I'm going to have to, do some chores now. So thank you kindly.